Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Davis. Pleased to bring you this Year 2, Quarter 2 quarterly report for the 22-23 school year, highlighting the progress that's been made as we implement this board's 5-year community-inspired strategic plan. The full report has already been prepared for you, but today I'll walk you through a few highlights and detail some of the important work that our team has performed this quarter. You're also familiar with the format, purpose, and intent of these reports. But as a reminder, the quarterly simply outline the progress that we've made in each of the strategic actions within the plan. As a quick reminder, each action has a series of icons which represent the various phases of the work within the plan. You'll note that for each initiative and tactic, there are corresponding phases of research and design, invest and implement, and complete. This afternoon, I'll provide you with examples of the work that's underway, which, of course, represents the progress that moves the strategic plan forward. Let me also underscore that Year 2 of this board's strategic plan is a special one, insofar as various programming commitments have actually begun to make their way into classrooms, the result of a series of commitments that specifically align to the interest of our community. So, under Strategic Action 1, this is the board's direct focus on advancing learning opportunities and experiences for all students, where, among other things, stated priorities include creating more opportunities for students to access advanced coursework and learning experiences in STEM and fine arts, and developing a community of strong writers. Also under this strategic action, there is significant work happening in each of the corresponding phases. Some work, first reported several months ago, has moved to the phase of complete, such as the deployment of customized robotics lessons, which are complementary to the equipment that has made its way into classrooms in recent months. Now, with the combination of resources, structured professional development, and on-site support, the student and teacher interactions related to robotics in classrooms can be elevated. Under Invest and Implement, this board's focus on creating a community of strong writers continues with the introduction of a clear and structured writing process for all students and grade levels. Professional development on this process has been underway for several months, and in classrooms, students are no longer writing by chance, but writing methodically, more consistently, and with more direct guidance. Also under Invest and Implement, reflective of our efforts to ensure that more students have access to advanced learning opportunities, counselors and school administrators are learning through professional development how to use multiple measures of data, including the PSAT and other relevant data sources, which will be used to recruit even more students into advanced courses. For example, students have completed the PSAT 8, an exam that tests reading, writing, and math skills and provides useful data for schools to support student scheduling and guidance. As you know, more middle school students than ever now taking high school courses, which better position them for more accelerated coursework throughout their high school careers. And of course, we have more than doubled the number of middle school students participating in advanced coursework than just a year ago. All of these efforts are reflective of this board's commitment to honoring the community's interest around creating more opportunities and access for students, which we expect will lead to improved outcomes. Within Strategic Action 1, there is also other equally exciting work just beginning under Research and Design, all focused on the quality of the student experience. I'll lift up just a couple for your consideration. As has been noted, our community has very clearly asked for more STEM experiences for young people. While STEM labs and robotics equipment have made their way into schools, the development of an engineering pathway has emerged as a new phase of our work, where research has begun on identifying engineering lab specifications and requirements for middle school classrooms. And allow me to close Strategic Action 1 by mentioning the role that community engagement has in advancing kindergarten readiness, where our team has produced an early learning newsletter designed specifically for our early care provider contacts. This newsletter, we believe, is a powerful tool that can help influence and inform the student experience prior to young people showing up in our schools. The newsletter provides guidance and supportive anecdotes around topics like speech development, important learning milestones, and various other activities that aid and enhance students' preparation for kindergarten. Under Strategic Action 2, advance effective leadership in classroom instruction. This action speaks to the practices that we will deploy to ensure that our academic priorities are well executed. It's also worth noting that this board, through the strategic plan, has placed a strong emphasis on effectiveness, effective schools, effective leadership, and effective instructional delivery, each of which has been prioritized under this strategic action. Beginning with research and design, the highly effective leadership framework is in development, with the final stages of completion expected by early spring of this year. Upon completion, the framework will be introduced to our school leaders and will be foundational to creating minimum expectations for leadership at the school level. Very similar work is happening for teachers, also under research and design. And we continue to review, research, and benchmark best practices around the country that are producing results for young people. We're very carefully evaluating the multiple intakes we've received and will subsequently condense them into a workable framework for our teachers, one that will create basic instructional expectations while also allowing for creativity, flexibility, and ideation. Of course, we have incredible teachers in Henry County, and last quarter I reported that we are looking to add to our talented core of teachers by expanding our recruitment footprint, which extends to prospective employees and other job families. Now, under research and design, we're focused on enhancing the recruitment process by leveraging multimedia as a part of our recruitment strategy. Recruitment videos have been produced, and we are planning to address 2023-2024 vacancies by creating a pool of pre-screened applicants. This, of course, will help to more quickly identify qualified applicants and expedite their hiring. And finally, under complete. Although the execution is just now beginning, Henry County Schools, in partnership with our post-secondary partners, Southern Crescent Technical College and Mercer University, introduced Tomorrow's Teachers Today, an initiative focused on creating a pipeline for teacher development beginning with Henry County students who have expressed interest in the profession. The idea is to cultivate the talent already in our classrooms and to create an efficient through line from identification to training and support to employment, leveraging the post-secondary resources available to them in our community through strategic partnerships that are already in place. Under Strategic Action 3, which is focused on our efforts to advance connectivity to value and engage all students, employees, and families in our growing community, there are a few key work objectives that are in the research and design phase. While meaningful community engagement is a hallmark of this Board of Education, we are creating a complete list of existing school and district partners. This work has been coupled by the effort of identifying school-based liaisons and a working team to support a convening of all partners, which will be held this spring. In the interim, this working team is also designing the structure of what our district partners in education will be. But what has been determined is the important role of mentors and volunteers. Much like partners in education, the structure of how these mentors will engage within our schools is being determined. We will also continue to prioritize the cultivation of resources that respond to the diverse community that we serve. The numbers of multi-language speakers in our district have increased, and during the second quarter, our multi-language advisory came together for its second meeting to brainstorm ways to scale our work around community engagement, specifically to elevate the family experience. And moving over to complete. This board was recognized during the Georgia School Boards Association annual conference for the development of Henry Connect's Family View, a tool that was envisioned by this board and purposely funded through specific allocations for the purpose of ensuring greater connectivity between home and school. Now, this board's desire to advance the wellness of our students and our employees is reflected in Strategic Action 4. Highlights of the progress in this area for quarter 2 are primarily centered around the phase of invest and implement. Healthy play is not only a priority under this strategic action, but it has consistently been echoed as important to parents as recently as last month and during our rounds of community conversations. To ensure regular opportunities for movement and play, gym time and resources being implemented as a part of the after-school student experience. On the theme of elevating the opportunities available for young people beyond the normal school day, after-school programming has truly emerged as a component of our strategy to advance critical aspects of our strategic plan. Just as with healthy play, schools are also taking advantage of the opportunity to deepen early exposure to fine arts. We've doubled down on those efforts by adding fine arts to after-school programming at 3 schools: Cotton Indian Elementary, Fairview Elementary, and Red Oak Elementary. Through this programming, our partners at Henry for Music provide free violin lessons to 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students, and to date, this work will continue to be expanded as we evaluate other school options going forward. And finally, with all the activity and expansive multi-purpose utilization of our elementary gymnasiums taking place, this board's commitment to install HVAC in those spaces is making progress. We expect for the first of several school installations to be complete in early spring, and all elementary gymnasium HVAC installation projects to be complete by the end of July. And finally, Strategic Action 5 is all about this board's expectation that we are creating a high-performing culture, evidenced by efficient operations and the development of systems that enable monitoring and performance accountability. Under the research and design phase of Strategic Action 5, lots of new and exciting work was initiated during the second quarter. As you know, this board's strategic plan outlines clear priority outcomes. These outcomes are categorized around literacy proficiency, student readiness to learn, and college, career, and life preparation. Of course, our progress toward the pursuit of these outcomes must be monitored, and our district data team, under the research and design phase of Strategic Action 5, has begun the process of creating a reporting repository that will allow quick access to performance data around these priority outcomes. On the operations side, this board has prized efficiency. So with regard to energy, also under research and design, we have begun closely monitoring our energy consumption rates, which will now allow us to determine where certain efficiencies and energy usage practices can be refined. And finally, as a carryover to this board's action just last month regarding the purchase of a new enterprise resource management system, this system will help to improve core business practices, namely through the integration of processes that will result in enhanced reporting, while also strengthening the infrastructure in some of our most critical business processes in human resources, finance, and purchasing. The implementation of this system has begun, though the full implementation is expected to take anywhere from 18 to 24 months. For all of the work that's been accomplished during the second quarter of the second year of this 5-year strategic plan, you'll note a few themes that weave across the 5 strategic actions. Among them include the relentless pursuit of improving the academic performance of our students by increasing access and opportunities for every child, effectiveness in all that we do, and the work of building reliable systems that ensures the quality implementation of every aspect of this plan.